I know one thing to be true in life, and that is you cannot have an amazing life without having some really solid relationships behind it all. So today I'm going to take a little bit of a different take on life, and I'm going to give you guys 3 tips that will really help any relationship that you have run a little more smoothly. Hi guys, and welcome back. My name is Jen. I am a life coach and law of attraction teacher, and you have found my YouTube channel where I upload 2 new videos for you guys each and every week, all about the art of creating your best life ever. So if you want to stick along for this journey of mindset and manifestation in order to make miracles, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So as I said in the beginning of the video, I am going to give you guys some relationship tips today, and this isn't stuff just about romantic relationships, so of course you can apply these tips to that. But I really wanted to give you guys some tools and maybe just a reminder about what relationships are based on and how we can make our own relationships better. I think as an adult, sometimes we forget that we need to play a part. It's not just about us getting stuff from other people. It is about us creating and building good, solid relationships. And that it doesn't mean that we always agree with other people. That doesn't mean that we can control other people. This just means that we have support and we have people around us that are on our team, on our side, and willing to be there whenever things might go sideways, as they usually inevitably do at one point or another. So today's first tip that I want to share with you guys to help make any relationship run more smoothly is listening. So again, relationships aren't just about us coming in and projecting all of our stuff onto somebody else. We want to be seen. We all want to be seen. And that means that we have to give this gift of seeing to the important people in our life. So if you haven't thought about your listening skills lately, then this is a really good time to do that. So no matter what your relationship is, it can be with your coworkers, with your best friend, with your boyfriend, whoever, the next time you spend time with somebody, I really want you to think about how much you are listening. Are you actually listening, or are you just waiting for someone to stop talking so that you can interject? So I try to be a good listener, and that is still something that I personally struggle with. Like, I think we all get caught up in the narrative in our brain, and we get excited when someone is listening to us, and we forget that we also need to be that for somebody else. So I just want to challenge you guys again to just open your ears, to stop thinking so much about what you're going to say next, and to really just listen to the person in front of you. And really just listening to somebody is a beautiful gift, allowing them to express themselves and allowing yourself to really see that person. Like, that is a huge act of emotional intimacy, really, and we get that from very few people. So if there's only one tool that you are going to take from this video today in order to make all of your relationships better, make it the listening tool. Tip number 2 for you guys today. It goes all kind of hand in hand with each other, all of these tips that I'm giving you today. But this one is words of affirmation. So I have very obviously stolen this from The 5 Love Languages, which is an amazing book that if you haven't read, you should really read, because this was a revelation to me that people need love in different ways and receive love in different ways, and I think it can solve so many of our interpersonal problems just understanding that. So if you really want to dive into all of these ideas, I really suggest you go and read that book. Maybe I'll leave a link in the description box below. But one of the most important love languages in my world, and probably in many other people's world, is words of affirmation. So in a romantic relationship, that would be saying, I love you, I appreciate you, blah, blah, blah. Saying all those things to this person. So this is something I have taken, it might sound very strange, I have taken this concept and started to apply this to my platonic relationships. So I used to work in this office with a lot of people that were much younger than me, and it kind of surprised me that at the end of the day, people were going home from work and saying goodbye to their coworkers and saying, love you. And at first I thought this was so weird. Like, I'm like, oh, we're at work. Like, why on earth would you tell your coworker, that's your friend also, I love you? And then I really thought about that and wondered why I don't do that, right? So you don't have to go to that extreme. You don't have to go around telling your friends I love you, but I definitely do tell my friends that I love them. But just telling your friends that you appreciate them, that you think they are brave, that you think they are smart, that you think they are funny, that you think whatever it is you think about them, those words are such a gift. So we all tend to latch on to the crap. We tend to latch on to the negative comments or the negative perceived comments that we get from people, right? It is also, I think, our duty as a human species to pump each other up, and especially to pump up those who we care about. So I'm not talking about making things up. I'm not talking about like going to an excessive route, but like, why not tell people how wonderful you think they are? Or tell them what wonderful skills you think they have, or tell them how wonderful they are at doing things. Like, why not tell them that? They may never know, right? And we are only here for a short period of time. So you could go a lifetime without actually voicing these things unless you go out there and make the effort to do that. So I have doubled down on doing this in my personal relationships, just telling people I appreciate them, telling them that I love them. And I really think that that goes so far. And once I started doing this, people started doing it back to me as well. And like, that's not the reason why I'm doing it, but it creates this new dialogue that didn't exist before. And I think it really helps both people in the conversation to lift each other up. And what could be better than lifting up your friends? So I really suggest you guys try doing this, even doing it in a professional environment. Like, you don't have to say I love you, but you can tell people why you think they're amazing, how good you think they are at their jobs, all of that stuff. Like, why not tell them, right? Make somebody's day. It just makes the world a bit of a better place. Tip number 3, and my final tip for making any relationship run more smoothly, is to be interested, to be genuinely interested. And this goes beyond the listening, you guys. So listening is a skill, like being open, letting your ears open, really absorbing what someone is trying to tell you. That is one thing. But being interested in somebody's life is an entirely different skill. So that would mean remembering important dates, maybe remembering stories, remembering events in somebody's life, asking questions about them. Being visible in your interest is such a beautiful thing. Again, we all just want to be seen. We want to have people around us that see us for who we are. And it is impossible to be seen for who we are if people don't really know us. So I am the kind of person, like, I don't walk into a room and tell everybody my life story. Like, that is just not the way I roll. That is never going to be the way I roll. So I really do value it when people are interested enough in me to ask me questions, to dive in deep and to, you know, figure out more of who I am. That makes me feel valued. And I remember those people, right? So I try to do this for other people. You know, if I'm around somebody a lot, like, I mean, I don't necessarily do this on the very first day that I meet somebody. That's just my introvert style though. But I do, the people that I'm around more and more, I will ask more questions. I'll want to know about their family, about what their life was like when they were a kid, about what their first job was, about, like, you know, all the weird random stuff that helps to form a picture of who we are. All that stuff is so interesting to me in the people that I value. So you can start to show how much you value the people in your life by asking questions and paying attention and being interested. So relationships really take work. They are a two-way street. Of course, just learning these skills may not win everybody over, and that's totally okay. But really, these skills are so invaluable. Building strong relationships is so invaluable. You guys, people are so lonely these days. We feel so connected because of our phones, because we're always online all the time, but that level of interaction is so low level. So you really need to put in a little bit of extra work, especially in your in real life IRL interactions. You need to show who you are. It is not good enough to just like people's posts and to see them around and not really listen to them. Like, that's not really going to win anybody over. It is up to you to take your relationships to the next level, and you can do so much just with these 3 tips. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I really enjoyed putting this together for you, and I really hope that this helps to expand your life. So this isn't really a mindset and manifestation video, but I really think it will help to contribute to the quality of life for the better for no matter who happens to be watching this, because we all are ultimately here to work on our own happiness and to create our own best lives. And like I said at the beginning, relationships are a huge part of that. So learn how to create good ones yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate you so much being here. If you like this video, give it a like. I'd love to know if you like this kind of different take on content as well. So I really can tell if you guys like things or not by your likes or your comments. So don't be shy and leave one for me. I'd really appreciate it. If you know a friend that could use this information, feel free to pass it along to them. And if you want to learn more about me, come on over to my website. I have a free fear setting worksheet for you guys to download over there. This worksheet is an amazingly powerful tool in helping you get unstuck in whatever fears you might have in your life right now. And it is just a fact of life, you guys, that if you are trying to create something new and amazing for yourself, that you are going to have to learn how to take on your fears on the way to doing that. So this worksheet will be great for everybody. So come on over, grab your worksheet. There's a video to go with it. I'm really excited to put this together for you, and I really hope it helps you on your individual journey. Thank you guys again for being here. I'll be back here soon in the next video. So until then, I'm wishing you an amazing week. And as always, just remember, get ready for the miracle. See you guys.